Hi, I'm Kat. I play games and I built another tiny house for one of my Animal Crossing villagers. This villager is Callie and she's got quite a cute little greenhouse with like a picnicky theme to it. So this is another micro home that's only 32 tiles, although I think I kept this one down to 31 in the end. I did a little quite pointy roof. I couldn't get the shape that I really wanted based on what she has in game. I used an Enchanted by Nature roof texture and I spent absolutely forever trying to find a wall colour I liked and had to use custom content in the end with a base game foundation. I added stairs from Cottage Living, which was another pack I used quite a lot for this one, and I quickly pulled back 2 of the tiles from the front because I realised it had sort of a little setback situation. So I just added those 2 tiles back on the back and got all the foundations and walls and everything matching. It was quite hard to make the outside of the house look anything like in game. At first I used an Enchanted by Nature window and a base game door, and then I added a load of these corbels from Cottage Living on because she's got quite a lot of them on the outside. The closest I could get to the little square light fixture thing was from Snowy Escape, and I just added all of the little bits around the sides when I realised they were there as well, and reshifted the roof and added the little curved bit on the front that goes over the door. I had forgotten to do the eaves, so I just put a sort of woody colour on those, and then I changed the door out for an Enchanted by Nature one that sort of fit the width a little bit better. I put a little gravel texture out from the front door to a sort of patio area at the side, and then I went inside and started working on the floor plan. The door I used for the bathroom was from Nifty Knitting because it's got like flowers on it. I just put the normal lighting in there, and then I spent a long time looking for a wall texture that even vaguely resembled what she's got in game. I ended up with one from Parenthood with a floor from Eco Lifestyle. I put base game texture on the floor in the bathroom and a base game wall tile as well. It was a Cottage Living sink with an Enchanted by Nature toilet and a sleek bathroom shower in the middle, and I put an Enchanted by Nature mirror up as well and just shifted it with tool. I just put in a few bits of clutter like normal, made it look a little bit more lived in. I used some custom content for one of the towels, and then I wanted to find some artwork for above the toilet, and I had this custom squirrel print that I put up there. In Callie's house in game, she has a hammock, which I didn't have access to in The Sims, but I used this Dream Home Decorator bed with what looked like an acorn pattern on it and a Riviera Retreat side table. For the kitchen, everything was Cottage Living in a sort of light blue swatch. I ended up giving her a huge dining table from Nifty Knitting because it closely matched what she had in her house in-game. And I just put some custom content chairs in there for her as well. It looked sort of like lawn chairs. I added a base game bookcase because Callie does ask about books a lot, and I gave her a high school years wicker chair in there. I used a custom content rug that's like a daisy shape, and I just sized it up to put underneath the dining table. I added a Cottage Living picnic basket as well because she has one of those in her house, and then she also has a little gramophone, so I had to use the gramophone from the rewards event a while back, and I put in a little side table, custom content for it to sit on. I wanted to add a little plant, so I used one from Cottage Living and I just rearranged what was on there. And then I put a gnome in the house because she's got one of those as well in game. To replace the cloud texture that I couldn't get on the walls, I used some custom paintings and a little floral print above her bed. In-game, Callie has a birdhouse in the house, but being a micro home I couldn't fit it, so I used an Eco Lifestyle birdhouse outside and a cats and dogs table with another little picnic basket. And I used a Love Struck blanket as well out there. She's got a swing chair, which I don't have access to in this game, so I gave her a swing set from Life and Death and a little free library from one of the rewards events. I just put a businesses and hobbies mailbox on the side of the building and a get-together bin right in the back there hidden. I realised she had a chimney, so I tried a couple of different ones, but I ended up with just this base game item, and I sized it down to fit a little bit better. I tried to reshape the roof a little bit because I didn't like how it was looking, and then I put in some garden patches for her around the side. I decided on a white picket fence from the backyard stuff pack, I think, and I had to fence in a fairly big area, but I wasn't really sure how I wanted it to look. To be honest, in Animal Crossing I don't have a lot going on outside my villagers' houses, so I was kind of confusing myself with what to do here. I decided she could have the bird stump and the rabbit stump from Cottage Living in the back garden, I moved a bunch of stuff around before I started landscaping and put in a lot of big trees, mostly from base game. I wanted oaks and willows and things like that, and I just filled a few spaces to make it look a little bit less bare. I put a bunch of low-lying flowers down and bushes. I tried to fill spaces, but I still wasn't entirely happy with how it looked. I put in some ferns and I tried to add some accent colours in flowers and stuff, so I used quite a few white flowers from the outdoor retreat kit. I added some lavender from base game and some custom content bluebells. I ended up putting in a bunch of stuff from Romantic Garden Kit in white swatches just to fill in the spaces. There's some quite pretty flowers in there that I forget exist because some of the others look so incredibly weird. I decided to go in a debug and grab some grasses and things that looked like the weeds you get on the islands, as if I hadn't weeded around her house in a while. And then I just did my terrain pin around all of the edges to give it a little bit of dimension as well. And with that, I was done, so enjoy the screenshots. Please consider a like and subscribe.